What are the 5 partsufim that were diminished by the second restriction?
Ak have diminished, that instead of Malchut de Tzimtzum Aleph, they now have Malchut de Tzimtzum Bet, that restricts Bina as well, and a new kind of Partsufim emerge, only in Galgata and I, meaning only in Kenter and Chokhmah, and Garde Bina, never the agree, and Zat Bina, Zeran Bina Malchut, are not allowed to be used. Yes?
Why Tzimtzum Bet? Why Tzimtzum Bet? Why by Tzimtzum Bet?
Well, certainly.
Why?
Because the second restriction restricts the use of the will to receive, of the Malchut Ein Sof. In Ak, there is no limitation. The only limitation is that the reception must be in order to bestow. And this is clear, because this too is that same Malchut chose it. She chooses it. Now I will only be served in order to bestow. That's my fashion of work. But Tzimtzum Bet, the second restriction is already when I'm not allowed to use what I am, my matter. It's not that I can use it in a different way. Rather, I can not use it at all. Why? Because it was determined from above that I may not receive, forced to work with my desires, Gimel and Daled, in order to bestow. This is why it is called the second restriction. If the first restriction, you may say about it that it was done freely. There was no limitation above to do it, the Tzimtzum Aleph. Rather, Malchut itself chose, I'm only going now in order to bestow, only in order to bestow, as much as I can. All right. Accordingly, from above, it is agreed. If the lower determines it, the upper accepts it as a law. Now, second restriction, is it the lower determining it? No, it's not the lower. Tzimtzum Aleph determined that it is forbidden to use the will to receive if it's not in order to bestow. That's why that same will to receive that might be revealed in order to receive, it is forbidden to use it. That's clear? And then it turns out that the second restriction is a result of the first restriction. It's a result. What can you do? There's nothing to do about it. We have to keep on doing the work with this limitation, with this restriction. You can't add on anything to it. You can add, but you can't cancel it. The second restriction will not be cancelled until the end of correction. Then they say it is cancelled. Meaning, what is the second restriction? That I am not allowed to use Malchut itself. Meaning, the will to receive as is. No, I want to receive and I'm not allowed to use it. In any degree. No degree. Am I not allowed to breathe? Not allowed to breathe. Everything. Nothing. What is allowed? Only if the will to receive will be within the will to bestow. If your breath will be in order to give contentment, to add it to Binah, then you may breathe. Otherwise, you may not. Yes?
You said this is something very exalted, bestow, to receive in order to bestow. I'm asking you, even before that, can you explain more what you just said, because you spoke about very exalted things.
I'm only talking about the principle. It's not exalted, it starts from the first point of spirituality until the final correction.